not one, but two WWE title matches on last night's Raw. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, March 2nd, 2021. A special welcome to those of you listening on OccupyProWrestling.com. If you want to bring our updates to your website, email us, desk@JustProWrestlingNews.com. Results from Ring of Honor's Weekend TV and AEW's Women's Tournament show on YouTube are ahead in this update. But first,
WWE.
Let's get into last night's Raw, where the third time was a charm for Bobby Lashley. The Miz tried just about everything to avoid defending the WWE Championship. The title match was first scheduled for 9 p.m., but Miz complained of cramping and bought himself an extra hour. At around 10 p.m., Miz and Lashley were in the ring, but the moment the bell rang, Miz rolled outside, grabbed the belt, and sprinted backstage. That's a count out. Finally, came an ultimatum for Miz from Shane McMahon. Face Lashley in the main event or be stripped of the title. Shane took the extra precaution of adding lumberjacks to the match. There was no escape for The Miz. Lashley beat him in a matter of minutes to win the WWE Championship for the first time. There was no sign of Drew McIntyre during either of the matches between Miz and Lashley, but Drew did return to Raw last night and he beat Sheamus in a lengthy match. Randy Orton, he spoke backstage. He admitted he doesn't know what caused him to spit up black goo last week, but he thinks Alexa Bliss has something to do with it, and he threatened to do to Alexa what he did to The Fiend all those months ago. Alexa appeared on a nearby monitor, played with a jack-in-a-box, said something about bring him back, and then Alexa was gone. And on the monitor was some sort of deep fake version of Randy Orton threatening the real Randy. Finally, real Randy started coughing, stumbled off screen, presumably to spit up more black goo. Shane McMahon also got involved in an airing of grievances by Braun Strowman. It led to Braun and Adam Pearce challenging the Hurt Business for the Raw tag titles. Shelton Benjamin caught Pearce in a small package to get the win there. Charlotte Flair's mission for WrestleMania is clear. She wants to challenge Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. Asuka was not on Raw last night after she took a nasty kick to the face last week. Charlotte had a match against Shayna Baszler, and she pinned her with natural selection. Mustafa Ali pinned United States champion Riddle in a non-title match. He got some help from Retribution, who were interfering behind the referee's back.
AEW.
The final match in AEW's Women's World Championship Eliminator Tournament is set. It'll be Ryo Mizunami versus Nyla Rose on Wednesday's Dynamite. Nyla Rose beat Thunder Rosa in a match shown on AEW's YouTube channel Monday night. The winner of Wednesday's final advances to Revolution to challenge AEW Women's Champ Hikaru Shida. Tonight's Dark has 14 matches. One day before the big tag match with Cody against Shaq and Jade Cargill, Red Velvet is tagging with Kylan King against Ivelisse and Diamante. Plus the return of Abaddon in action for the first time since mid-January and taking on Renee Michelle.
Impact Wrestling.
Tonight's Impact Wrestling has a three-way X Division title #1 contenders match. It's going to be Ace Austin versus Chris Bay versus Black Taurus. Also, Knockouts champ Deonna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace one-on-one in a non-title match. The Good Brothers team up with FinJuice against Triple XL and Reno Scum, plus Brian Myers versus Eddie Edwards with Matt Cardona as the special guest referee. Before the Impact is going to have James Storm versus Rohit Raju.
Ring of Honor.
We have new Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. Dragon Lee and Kenny King took the titles from Jay Lethal and Jonathan Gresham on ROH's Weekend TV. King was all over this show. He also helped Roosh hold on to the ROH World Championship. King proved his loyalty to La Facción Ingobernable when he hit Shane Taylor in the face with a steel chair. Roosh was able to finish off Taylor from there and get the pin. There will be a four-way #1 contenders match on next weekend's ROH TV. Jay Briscoe versus Matt Taven versus Jay Lethal versus EC3. The winner gets a shot at Roosh and the ROH title at the 19th anniversary pay-per-view on March 26th. Finally, a reminder about Stardom holding a big show at Budokan Hall on Wednesday. The main event is a hair versus hair match for the Wonder of Stardom title, Julia defending against Tom Nakano. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Tuesday, March 2nd. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning. Please rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. It all helps. We appreciate it. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.